Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to you. Just going to share something before we go into the reading this week. I bought a crystal recently, and it's called an Hydro Brandenburg crystal, and it's from Africa, okay, from the Brandenburg Mountains in Africa. This is what it looks like, and they call them scepters, and I bought it from Mystic Crystals on Instagram. And basically an anhydro crystal has a tiny sort of, can be more than one, of droplets of water inside. Okay, it's hard for me to show you on here, but I was just moving. He's in here. I call him a he. He's just lurking in here, but I don't think the camera or how I've got it set up is going to pick him up. But he moves around. Okay, he's a cheeky little bubble. Oh, he's just gone up to the top. But I caught some video earlier of it, so he's moving about though in there, and I will sort of cut it in. But yeah, absolutely amazing. It's quite heavy. You wouldn't think it looks heavy, but absolutely beautiful piece. They're not cheap by any means, but it's because of having the anhydro, the little water droplet, which I will clip in a moment so you can see it a little bit clearer. But yeah, it's quite weighty. But it's the energies, what it symbolises, that it's been dug out, okay, of somewhere in Africa, Brandenburg Mountains anyway. So with all that said and done, let's get into the readings. We now go to a reading for the lovely star sign of Sagittarius. So Sag, let's grab the movie book of answers and see where we're stopping for you this week. Feel about there. Find strength in what remains behind. And it's Deanne Loomis quoting from William Wordsworth's poem Splendour in the Grass. Find strength in what remains behind. That's quite a deep phrase for you. Find strength from what remains behind. Some of you could have lost somebody recently, so there's sort of, you know, the grief and the loss that some of you could be dealing with. If not you directly, it can be somebody around you. So try and find strength in taking on the memories, the good times, that they are no longer sort of suffering if they were, you know, ill before they passed. So however that phrase is resonating with you, my lovelies, you take that on board with you this week. Just remember that and put it on the back burner. So let's just get the cards and see what we've got coming out for Sag. And we've got the Sage of Wands, beautiful card coming in for you. Let's just get a clarifier for that then. And we have Abracadabra. Sage of Wands is fully focused here. There's a future vision, a future goal, a future perspective. Get my teeth in right. A future perspective that is keeping you going at the moment. The universe is coming in to say you can rise above a situation. So, as I said, when we had the book of answers, just when we opened it up and it said, find strengths from what's been left behind. The abracadabra card comes in to say the universe is going to do just that. It's going to help you rise above a situation. It's going to help you rise above a situation, and it's as though this was written in the stars. The Sage of Wands is projecting. If you look at that card, I'll hold it up for you. It's as though there's a projection, a projector, okay, a light coming out. That he's looking at a future vision of what he's going to attain, what he's going to achieve. And this comes in as a strengthener to say, it was written in the stars, you were meant to do this. So whoever I'm picking up with the Saggies, you've gone through a process. You could have gone through a loss, or you could have gone through a series of events recently where you can build off this or work through from this. And it's saying it was written, this was written for you. Because especially if I go on to the loss of somebody, okay, when we lose someone, and there's never a good time, is there? There is never a good time when we lose loved ones. And I remember with my own mum, I mean, I've lost my mum now 5 years this Christmas. She died 5 days just before Christmas in 2017. And I was at work at the time. I'd seen to her on the morning. She hadn't been well at all, and she got it on her chest and what have you, and you know, she was sleeping. And I wasn't going to be long that morning either. I'd only got to go into work for a few hours and come back out. But no sooner as I got to work, I'd only been there sort of 45 minutes, and I had a phone call from another family member who was looking after her at the time and said, I think Mum's passed away. So yeah, and I remember going into the bedroom, because she passed away at home, bless her, and that was always her wish, to pass away at home. And I remember sitting by the side of the bed looking down at her and saying, couldn't you have waited till after Christmas? Okay, because I so wanted her to enjoy that Christmas, because at the time I knew she was deteriorating, and I just was hoping that we could just have that last Christmas together. Strange way to think, okay, but obviously the divine, the universe, they've got their own calling card for us when we've got to move on to the next life, okay, because I believe that we do move on. And yeah, I remember sitting there thinking, why couldn't you just hang on another week? Do you know what I mean? And it's a really wacky thing to say, but this is what I'm feeling for you, Sag. There's something going to take place, or there's something that has taken place, and it's that time frame of it was meant to happen at that time. Okay. It was meant to happen at that time. And I remember thinking to myself, because I was like going, if I only hadn't gone to work, if I hadn't gone to work that day, and it was only like a Christmas thing for the works thing, you know, we were all told we'd got to go in, and half the people didn't turn up, so I was really annoyed about that. And that left sour grapes with me, because I was thinking, if I hadn't had to go into work, I could have been there with her at her last, you know what I mean? But I think it happened at that time because my mum wanted to save me from that, seeing her. Do you know what I mean? Because if I'd have been there, I might have sort of panicked or thought I need to ring an ambulance, or do you know what I mean? But in the time frame, how long it took me to get back and what have you, there was, you know, I had to ring the doctors and what have you. So it was though she spared me. Okay, so this is very, very deep reading for you, Sag. I just feel there's some of my Sagittarians out there on the one side of the scale who are questioning maybe a loss, a grief. Why did you have to do that? Now it could be a relationship split. Why did they have to do that across me? Why has that happened? Why couldn't they have waited? Why have I failed this test? Why didn't I get that job? It's that kind of a scenario for some of you. And then on the other side of the scale, it's some of my Sagittarians who've worked hard. Okay, you've had to work hard at something. You may have had to pass certain exams, tests to get you for your where you are now. Okay, and in this process you could have been thinking, oh gosh, why have I got to do this? Why has this got to be done? Why is it so hard? Why is it so difficult? But now, okay, now the universe is saying to you, it was divinely structured for this time. Okay, so if you can try and get your head around that scenario, let's just have a look what your inner psyche is feeling this week. What is going on in your inner psyche? And I look at the Sage of Wands. Like the Sage is sort of the prince, basically. But he's putting a vision in of him being a king. So you're on this level, but your projection is to be here, okay? And working at it to reap the benefits. And obviously when it's relationships as well, you know, if people are sitting there thinking, well, you know, it's not good if I've just broke up with somebody or somebody's finished with me and what have you. But it's like to say it was meant to happen because something else is plotted out better for you, okay? So there's always a reason why things happen at a certain point of your, you know, time in your life, even when it's loss and grief, like it was with my mum, you know, and I sat there and said, I literally can see myself now, you know, looking over her, holding her hand, okay, when she'd passed and saying, why couldn't you just hang on another week? You know, but that was my selfishness, okay? You know, we don't want to lose our loved ones. But, yeah, that was a lesson that I learned, really, of learning to accept that life is out of our hands. Situations happen for a reason, because the blueprint of our life is already mapped out. I'm a big believer in that as well. So, the High Lady of Love and Compassion comes in. Reverence, kindness and consideration. This is your inner spirit, your inner soul. Kindness and consideration is coming in then. But I want to say, be kind and considerate to yourself. Don't give yourself a hard time, okay? On situations what have been going on or will, because sometimes these can be predictions coming in. So your spirit and soul spirit is getting you ready to say, you know, be kind to yourself, consider the situation that has arisen or will arise around you. Let's just have a look what the universe wants to add on to that then. And it's the Golden Palace. See, this is what I was adding on to what I was just going through here in a roundabout way. When things don't go our way, when we suffer loss, when we suffer things where we question, we don't see it, okay? We don't sort of know what's going on the surface. But when we start clearing away the thoughts, okay, the negative thoughts, and we start to uncover, then the true beauty comes out. It's like this Golden Palace was absolutely overgrown, and at one point it couldn't be seen. So this is like the grief that encompasses us, or the situation that brings negativity around us. But when we accept and start to accept what is going on, then we start to clear away the debris, we start to clear away what we're trying to cling on to. And by doing that, it then transforms into something beautiful. And this is what the universe is saying. 2 and 3 add up to 5, and 5 is about change, guys. So let's have a look what the fairies want to add into this for you. What else have we got for Sagittarius? And we have Freya, abundance, peace and contentment. Oh, what a lovely card to come out. So they're coming in to say, bide your time, because you will find peace, you will find clarity, you will have abundance from this situation, and you will have contentment when you realise that this was fated, this was written in the stars. And you might not see it now, but I look at these here as like poinsettias that come out around November, December time, especially at Christmas time. So I want to say, by December, I know it seems a long way off, but by December you will have cleared away the negativity, cleared away the doubts, the fears, because by December, strange, isn't it? We've got 23 again here for you, Sag. So by December you will feel at peace and contented and reaping rewards as well. Because I feel some of you are taking a leap of faith on a venture, on a project. And by December you will see a yield there for your efforts. So let's have a look what guides, angels and spirits want to bring in this week. Gosh, Sag, yours has been a bit in depth for sure. What else have we got for Sagittarius? Quit obsessing about whether you're a good enough mother, father or any other family member. If your motive is pure, God knows your heart. However, I'm looking at the picture on this. And it's saying protection of what is precious to you. Feather your own nest. Don't put all your eggs in one basket either. It's as though they're trying to say there's more than one thing to protect here. Some of you could just be focusing on one specific area in your life at the minute. But you've got to get this balancing, because if you're focusing on work, then family may be neglected in a way. So it's making sure that you don't put all your eggs in one basket, as in focusing on that one basket, when really you've got more than one area to be looking after. 1 being yourself and your health. 2, your career, obviously those who work. But 3, family commitments as well. Protect the nest. But you could be giving yourself a rough time, some of you, obsessing, Am I working too much? Am I neglecting the family? But you could be too critical. As long as you speak openly to your family and say, look, I know I'm putting a lot of hours in, but I'm sure it's okay. You understand why I'm doing it. As long as it's okay and they are in acceptance. It's when they're not in acceptance and that, you know, and it doesn't come out, then that's when problems can occur. It's like a fragile, you know, I don't want to, it's like to say you're walking on eggshells, some of you maybe. Obsessing, oh, am I doing the right thing? Am I taking on too much? Am I neglecting areas? So it's about sort of saying, oversee if you are protecting and giving enough to whatever it is you're obsessing about. It's like one of those really like catch-22 scenarios. But if your motive is pure, which I feel it would be, okay, then the universe knows that your heart's doing the right thing. But it's just saying, it's like a checkup really. A checkup that you're not just putting all your eggs in one basket and you're forgetting about the other side. What's out the basket, if you know what I mean. So it's very deep. Let's just get one more card for you then, Sag. I picked up hearing problems with some of you or somebody around you because I was drawn into the fairy's ears on that card. So some of you could be having issues with ear infections or somebody around you. I just wanted to point that out for some. And some of you, I know it sounds really bizarre, there's something about a feud, or there's going to be, I feel this is a prediction really. Words are going to be said with a neighbour. Something to do with the hedges, tree coming over, or something like that. So there's going to be a bit of a conflab between boundaries or hedges or trees, something like that as well for my Saggies. If it's not you directly, then obviously it's somebody in your family who could be going through that. So just be mindful. So we've got the last card coming out for you, and it would help if it was up the right way, wouldn't it? I looked at that thinking, yeah, but actually it's that way. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. So when you've got your inner spirit, your higher self, happy with what is going on in your day-to-day, then we get peace, don't we? And we get clarity, and we see the world through the lens of love. Because when everybody's happy and everything's going okay, then the world is a more happier, beautiful place. But that card comes out to remind you to do just that, to focus on your inner self, your inner soul. Don't be obsessive about certain areas in your life. Just feel I want to pull out one more card for you. I just want to pull out one more card. I think we need an animal spirit card, do we? I thought we did. Animal spirit card. We can't forget the animal spirit card, Sag. What have we got then for Sag? Wow. Save the best till last. Lion spirit. Be generous of spirit. 3 and 7 comes to 10. And this is about facing your fears, being brave, courageous, taking that leap of faith, having that belief. And be generous of having succeeded in whatever my Saggies have accomplished recently. Be generous that it has been a hard journey for those who have gone through the grief process, but you have survived, you are strong. And be generous of those who have passed over to spirit, that they are still around you and supporting you, even though you can't see them physically. And 37, the number itself, is significant for some of you. I feel this is a link in maybe from a loved one in spirit. They could have lived at number 37, okay? They could have lived at number 10 if we add those together, or house number 1. So I feel those 3 numbers are coming in for some of my Saggies this week whose person has passed over, who would have had house number 37, house number 10, or house number 1 door number, who are coming in to say, I'm proud, I'm fine, don't worry, I think you're brave, and I'm happy in what you're achieving and what you're trying to do. So, my lovely Saggies, don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs. Don't forget to enter my competition. It's tagged in at the end. I'm going to draw the winners on the 1st of April. It's for UK and abroad. It's Mothering Sunday here in the UK this week, so I am taking this weekend off, and I'll be back, obviously, on the 3rd of April, starting the readings then. So until next time, you take care. Bye then.